toy fans? We're here with another. This is technically day 3, so this is day 3 of that Newabwn building block set of the futuristic parking hub. Hey, it's a parking lot. It's a hub. It's a parking lot hub. It's futuristic. It's cyberpunk. Including the fact that it's got a cyberpunk sticker on one of the pieces. Is like, oh, that's a bit of a no-no, because it does actually look like the actual cyberpunk logo from the Cyberpunk 2077 game. So there's a part of me that's kind of going, ooh, you guys pulled a no-no. You were not supposed to do that. But honestly, I don't think they care. I really don't. So we're actually on the teal green section. That's what we're working on now. And I've been like jonesing. Like, I get done with this. I'm like, oh, I really want to go and build another part, another piece. I gotta. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm enjoying this one. And it's one of those that I have a feeling like once I am done with this particular build, it gets reviewed, there's some changes I want to make on it, and that's going to make this thing just so much better. In the long run, it is solid. This one I'm excited about because it has the teal and pink motif. So it's teal, gray, and black with pink neon stickers on it. This feels probably the most cyberpunk out of all of them. I'm excited. Now, I have 3 cars that will fit in it. Now, I checked the hot rod doesn't fit. The Harry Potter car does not fit. The taxi does not fit. So I have, it's the electrical sports car, which was a 2004 release. That fits. It's in the bottom floor. I've got the red sports car. That's a 2005 release. That's in our chartreuse or yellow-green parking lot. This one will get the EV supercar. That is the brand new one for 2026. Let's take a look at it. This one right here. I'll show it right here. This one will go in our teal parking lot. And I like the build, but I think I was kind of upset because it's like, we got this charging thing. That's okay, but I would much rather have had, like, I don't know, maybe a hood or something. The way that they did it on the taxi, I loved how that opened up and we still had room for trunks and stuff. I think having this, it's okay, but then that pushes his head forward. That snaps down. Like, I like the car and I love the design. I'm parts of it. It's like, I don't know. They could have found another way. But anyways, we need to get this in this part of the parking garage. And then I did order, I think it's a 2001 blue sports car. It's used, but it has its box, directions, apparently has all of its parts. So that'll probably be going in the very top floor of our building. So enough of that. We need to build this. So we've got our plates over here. So we're kind of dividing things up to where we've got small parts will be going over here. Small parts. Bigger parts will be going over here. And then, we'll take our plates out because I don't think we need all of this. This is top floor. That is top floor. One of these will probably be top floor. So this is ours. We got our giraffe brick separator. Still not quite sure about that one. That one's a bit of an odd duck for me. But, it's there. I'm going to use it. I'm not making any claim to fame. I've got lots of very varying, very different brick separators from different companies. Probably I've got the most of the Fun Hole, and then just some classic orange ones, some classic Lego ones. And then I've got some Oh man, I got all sorts of ones. This one's different. This one has all the pieces in one bag, and looky there, because they were all in one bag, that one is actually scratched up. So this is the one time we're getting it instead of in separate bags. They're all in one bag. And because of that, we can see what happens when they're all together in one bag. That's a little upsetting. Out of the gates, on day 3 of this, I'm like, wait a second. What? They did something different. Now keep in mind, this is all one same box. But this one has one floor that so far the clear panel, rounded panel, and the doors and windows are shipped like all together instead of being separated into 2 different bags. Weird. 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 Well, what can you do? You know what I mean? All right, real quick, while I'm working on these bags, if you haven't subscribed, man, be sure to subscribe. As a matter of fact, go down there right now, hit that subscribe button. I'm making you do it. Actually, I can't make you do anything. But if you enjoy the content, you want to help out the channel, subscribing, that always helps. I'm never going to tell you not to subscribe. Definitely subscribe. That definitely helps out quite a bit. You know, when we get into it, like this video, it lets the algorithm know that you're liking what I'm making. Comment. Hey, I want to talk to you all. Don't leave me here by myself. Talk to me. So in those cases, you know, those things, you know, let me know. Let me know what's going on. What kind of builds are you doing? What seems to be your favorite part of this build? That sort of stuff. You know, hit me up. Let me know. Okay, so it's hard to see here, but this is actually teal. This looks more teal. This is more seafoam. This is more teal, gray, blue. Interestingly enough, I actually have I have in my eyes, I actually have a thing where I have a hard time seeing certain blues and greens. And interesting enough, I can see all of this really well. I can obviously tell, like here, this blends a little bit more into this. This, of course, stands out a little bit more here for me. But it's interesting because on the camera I'm looking at it, and this looks almost the same color as that. So I could imagine that this is probably what it looks like for me normally. If that makes any sense. I don't know. Apparently I have more, more blue cones than I do yellow, or there's something like that, where I don't see, apparently I don't see colors like everybody else. I'm weird. I'm weird. And it's okay. It's okay to be weird sometimes. Sometimes, as long as you don't make it a habit. When you make it a habit, you're doing it wrong. Boom. Now playing. You be you, man. You be you, boo. As long as you don't hurt nobody or take anybody's rights away. You be you. Never been one to sit there and hound on someone, tell them, nope. Not my kid. You're your own individual. When you're an adult, man, you can make whatever decisions you want. Again, you ain't hurting nobody. As long as you're not hurting nobody, I don't see any big deal about it. Okay. Alright, so we are doing these 6x6 tiles. We got big ones. So again, much like every single one, we got tiles on it that what I like about it is the tiles themselves allow you to run that car right on top. And it doesn't hinder the wheels, doesn't cause any problems. And it makes it a nice and smooth ride into that garage. And of course, out of that garage as well. It's a pretty stellar kit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm not even going to lie. This has been a fun build. I look forward to getting at this table and doing this every single time. I like it. I'm not going to lie. I like it. I mean, some of which, I mean, I like building as it is anyways, but if I got a good build, something I enjoy, I like it even more. And this one, this has been a fun build. The save my sultry voice. Fun build. Okay, got our really cool, is that a 1 by 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 1 by 14 with some line work in it. It's interesting. And we've got 1 by 4. And then we're doing our double-sided L bricks, a 1 by 4, and 8 of these 1 by 6s. So again, laying that floor again. This takes up, like, honestly, a lot of this kind of goes away in the very first few things of our build. We are working through a lot of these pieces. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. And we got that brick. If you've watched any of the others, a lot of this is relatively the same. There's not, I think by the time we get into the decorations, so the first 20 something steps of this, putting it together, I mean, they are virtually the same. We'll actually find out on the back if the back portion of how we do the panel with a little X on it is the same or not this time. So that'll be kind of cool. We'll test the waters and see how that works. And we'll look and see if these actually fit better this time than they did the last time. Last time, we had some over here that wasn't wanting to seat too well. But I bet it'll work this time. It'll work. It'll work. It'll work. Oh, man. Yeah. This really, at this point now, though, as I'm building this and I'm doing this, it's like, there's, you know, I was originally going to build a table or kind of fix the table in my kid and I, we both have Lego displays out there, and they're kind of run together. And I was like, well, you know, I'll build this table, get some things set up so that way we can do, I can display my stuff, he can display his stuff. We got a little bit of space, and the idea is to pull out a little bit so we can go a little bit deeper with our builds and have more room than we had before, sort of thing. Which I was like, hey, yeah, I'm always good for that. Down for a little bit more room anytime that we can. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Well, one of the things that I had noticed was that now I was saving that for the Western stuff. But then I've got the skate shop. I've got the underground street dance. I got the bus stop. I've got Carlos's chili dog trailer. I've got the Midnight Haunted Mansion, like really big sets and some substantial sets. And I was like, man, originally my plan was to have, this is all the bay. So I had my Mold King stuff over here. Maybe the Arcrea house up here, you know, kind of, you know, figuring out where things go. And then I was going to build another table behind it that was 2 Mills plates deep that would allow for this sort of thing. But at this point now, it's like I kind of want to just build. It's like I kind of want to build my city out there, or at least display it, and not do the Western stuff yet. But I also have really cool Western sets that I also want to display. So I'm in a draw because I have lots of cool sets that I want to show off, but not all the room to do it. What to do? That's definitely a first world problem when you're like, I don't know what to do with all the stuff that I have purchased. It's kind of like, ooh, not a good look, brother. Not a good look. But no, I've been at this game for a while. I still have pieces from years back, and I say years, like at this point probably almost 20 years ago. I still have building sets from 20 years ago that I still have kind of in lockup that I enjoy those too. I just couldn't get rid of them. And that's the Mega Bloks brand stuff. I've got still a bunch of those. I did sell some sets over the ages. My Lego sets that I grew up with, those all got kind of donated. So when I got those back, they were in pieces. And when I say pieces, I mean, I don't even recognize the sets anymore. A lot of the instruction booklets are gone. The pieces are... A lot of the stuff is missing. So it was like one of those that's like, well, I'll try to put it together and see. And I was like, when I first got it back, that was kind of before all the minifig stores. It was before the popularity of Lego really hit the floor again. And I was looking, I'm like, I don't even know where to find these parts at this point. I didn't know about Rebrickable and Bricklink and all the other wonderful things that are out these days for Lego fans. And like now these days, you can get on eBay and find a car from a few years ago that you didn't know about that's like, hey, now it's available. And you can make offers and deals on it. And back then you didn't have quite so much. Like, I think about it now, and like back then, like, I know that like I'd gotten stuff on eBay before, but it wasn't quite the monster that it is now. Like now you can go on and I mean you can find all sorts of stuff. Back then it was a little more niche. You had a few collectible toys here and there, a few things people were getting rid of. But I could not spend hours on end searching on eBay for stuff. Whereas now I can get on, you can spend so much time on the electronic markets looking for things. It's kind of wild thinking about it, honestly. So we got a 1x4, a 2x6, and then we have our 1x2x5. So we got another one of those really, really tall 1x2s. We're going to place that there. This goes on the end. Again, build-wise, much like we've had before, there's not a lot of difference. This ledge is coming up. That'll be the holder for our luxurious windows that go around that. And then this part cracks me up every time. We got our doors, right? We love our doors. One opens one way, one opens the other way. They're right next to each other, and yet if you open them, there's still a bar right in the middle that you got to get there. Here, I'll show you again. I mean, I love the idea, but it's like, how does that work? I guess one's in, one's out. One's in, one's out. It's weird that that's the case, though, because if only one car goes in, I mean, are you going in so the chauffeur can go out the other door? Who knows? Who knows? But they have it on there. I'm actually kind of happy they have it on there. I do not mind. If they were going to put something else on there, then there's no telling what would go on there. It's like, yeah, there are worse things that we can put there. But the fact that we got a couple of moving pieces, we got some doors. I'm not sure where the people are going to go, but hey, use our imagination, right? Okay, here's where we ran into a problem last time. So we got this piece. We've got two gray bars. One. We got the number 3 bars in black. So let's grab both of those. And this time we're going to see if we can get it right the first time. I know it's a difficult concept for me, but I'm going to figure it out. All right, here we go. So this time, studs are facing this way. The openness of the panel is up. That means our 2 gray bars go on the end, which, if that's the case, that means that the first floor is technically backwards the way I did it. So I got to decide on if I want to fix that or not. At this point, I'm not quite sure. Like, that's my name, is quite sure. Actually, it's not quite sure. What was that? Was a joke in I think it was Idiocracy, wasn't it? It's like, what's your name? Not sure. Oh man, that is one of those wild movies, uh, and kind of relative to the world sometimes. All right, here we go. So that's here, which means that we still have our post and Technic bar with post. That one goes on the top. Boom. This one goes on the bottom. Boom. Hey, I caught that. Man, that was dad reflexes if I've ever had it. 1, 2. There we go. And now, that's what it is. It doesn't tell you to flip it, but we're going to flip it. Oh, it's there. It's one teeny tiny. Man, that's one thing. Lumi will have this whole thing where it talks about turning it, and it's very big and open and broad. It's like, hey, yo, check it out. You got to turn it. Got to turn it. This particular one does not give you quite the heads up, which could explain why I had been making mistakes. But you know what? We figured it out. We got it. I say we. You know, I keep saying we, but I did it. Let's be honest. I did it. I did the workforce. If you're watching, you're the passenger right now. You're hanging out, checking out what I'm doing, which I'm thankful for. As a matter of fact, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Let me go through my shameless plugs. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Hit the bell notification. What else do I say? Oh yeah. Comment down below. I love chatting with you all. You know, like this video. It helps YouTube know that you like what I'm making. And hit up my bio. Hit up the link tree. Go check out some stuff on Linktree. Got all sorts of stuff there. I got TikTok, there. I've got my Instagram there. And I try to post on most days, especially during the week. Oh no, I have it. During the week, I try to post up to 3 times a day. And the same with YouTube for shorts and stuff. I try to make multiple posts a day. I want to make sure I'm giving you all plenty of content. So, if it's too much, and you're like, hey, yo, Ray, stop. It's too much. Let me know. Hey, let me know in the comments, right? Oh, man. All right. So we're, again, doing one step at a time for each of these. Reason why is because we're turning it each and every time. And we are building each one up. I'm trying to remember. I like this one. Oh, yeah. Power glove. That's what it is. All right. Another one and another plate. Now, these plates, they are 2x2 plates with slant on it. So they're missing one stud and they're slanted on one end. And that's to give it some really cool diagonal work there. I like that they do that. And engineering wise for that, it's pretty cool because you had to think they had to carve out a space for stud there too. Because we do have studs that would go into the anti-stud area. Oh my goodness. So, there we go. All right. So, that means that this is built this way, then the one on floor 1 is truly backwards. So, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Should I fix that? Should I not even worry about it at this point? I mean, I think it would still review pretty well. I'm not thinking it's not going to review. I miscounted on my my pegs here. Boom, boom. There we go. And then this will peg in right here. So let's seat that. Looky there. Oh, that looks good. Looks good. I love the design of this. Like this thing where it turns in space like this. That's really, really cool. Okay. Now, I'm kind of wondering if this floor is going to take quite as long as the others. I don't think it will. We got a 1x6. We've got a, what is it, a 2x6. And a 6x8. Let's see, it's 4 and 4. Yep, a 6x8. So, I normally fit that to there, right? Yes. And that, no. I do this every single time. That goes there. This one goes here. All right. And then we've got our rounded plate right here. That goes there. And then we'll turn, and then we got another, so another 1x6, another 4x6. That's going right here on the end. Boom. And boom. And we're building another, and let me see if I can, oh, that tree. You're killing me, tree. Yeah. We've got over here, if I can bring it up just a little bit, we've got another one of these plates right there. So that's actually what we're building up. I might do, I think, yeah, we can still see right here. I'll do that so we can also see this over here. I don't want us to not see that. It's an impressive build so far, man. Now, when we go up a floor, we won't see like blue. We'll have to change the camera yet again. But man, when we get there, we'll get there. But we're not there yet. Totally not there yet. We got two of these. We got a textured 1x2 brick, and then a 1x8. Let's see, 4. That's a 1x8 right there. This is going down here. It should line up. Boom. 3. Yep. Count them 2 over. 2 over. And then this is with lines going on the inside. Yeah, just like that. It almost looks like a little AC unit for each one. And the other thing I like about it is it's got a little colored tile. I almost feel like that tile should have had like a number on it. It's like 1, 2, so like orange 1, green 2, teal 3 sort of thing. They didn't put any numbers on it, but they're almost like floor indicators after you pull in. So it's like the garage door has tiles, it's floor indicators. The outside, and even this one little spot on this part of the build that sticks off also has a little indicator on it. So it's like it acts in a way as a floor indicator, which I dig. And maybe, once I customize it on my own, because after review, I keep saying it. Always. But after I do fix it up, that'll probably be something that I might print out some numbers and put on each one. I just don't want to do it before the review. I don't want people to think that that's what it comes with, because it's not. And I do not want to be counted a liar on this one. Absolutely not. That would be no good. Okay, we got our stop plates here. Again, so stop plates are the plates that have studs not on top. That goes right over here on the end. We're going to be putting a blue or a teal 2x2 tile on there. All right, we have, of course, a 6x6. How do we know it's a 6x6? There's no studs. Well, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there's 5 of these on the bottom, these go much like we'll kind of show it right here. So we've got right here. This is a plate. So normally we could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 studs across, 1, 2 studs down. If you look on the back, well, we don't have any more studs, so it's just one. So if we want to say two, it would be 1, 2. We can actually count the little studs on the backwards part of this. But if we didn't have that, we'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look, there's 9 spaces in between each anti-stud. So if you have a tile that you're like, I don't know how many studs are on this, flip it over and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then add 1. If you add 1, that means that is 6 studs wide. That has 6 anti-studs going this way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 anti-studs going the opposite way. So that is a 6 by 6 tile. And then we had, what else was it? The 2 by 6 right here. 2, 3, and 3. That's 6. And this is going to go right under here, as we've done many times. Only 2 times at this point, but 2 times before. That's going to snap to there. And then we've got our clear stud. Now, in the first video, I was like, that must be a mistake. It must be a misprint. It is not a misprint. That actually goes there. And I was so wrong for saying it. But, you know, I corrected it the next time. And there we go. So this is that floor indicator that actually faces the car. Probably if I customize this would be floor 3. So I think I'd print out a 3 to go there. Now this is going to fit up to here. So give me a second. Let me wiggle the studs and the floor together. Kind of get everything seated. I call it seated, but that means not conceited. It's not, you know, a braggart. But I do say seated because I have to move the studs so they fit into place correctly. And we can make a nice tight connection. And so I want to press that down, press it down, press it down, press it down, press it down. Man, look at that. Already, when we get to this part, just seeing the windows and seeing how that's built, I mean, it's beautiful. I absolutely love it. Already, we're going to go ahead and put that in there. With the red, ooh, that's going to be killer, man. Absolute fire. Absolute fire. So, moving on. All right, we need an L plate and a 1x8. That is 10. That is 6. Uh-oh. Nope, it's there. Wow. Haven't done me wrong so far, but you know what? I'm not holding my breath just because that would be stupid on my end. 5, so that's a 1x6. We're going to come over here and we're going to put our 1x8 right here on the end of that. Seat it down. Okay, over here we're going to place that down, and then this should fit right up in there. Much like we've done on our other floors, we're kind of doing the same thing here. Kind of press it, make sure everything's nice and tight on everything that we got. Looking good. Okay, and now we're up to our next part here. We need 2. Count them. 2 1x2 plates. We're making those little side arms here. 2 1x2s. Also with this one, I know we've got 2 1x2 snuts. 2 1x2x3s. 2 1x2 bricks. It's got to be in here. I know it's going to be in here. Another 1x2 here. And oh, there it is. Another 1x2 brick. There. We go plate. Plate. Snot. 1x2x3. Brick. It's like a code. This is how I save my game on Nintendo. I got to remember the code, right? Oh man, that was the fun thing back in the day. I used to, at one point I was cleaning out my old room, and I found a whole notebook. So I loved Mega Man 2. That was like a jam of a game for me. I absolutely loved that game. And so when I would play, because it didn't have a memory card slot, you kind of played, and when you got to a certain point, you had to write down a code, right? And so what I would do is I actually found a notebook that had all these 5x5s, so 25 spot grids in it, and it had little dots, and I had to write what level I was on, if I had any energy tanks, things like that. So I knew what my saves were, right? And then when I needed to, I could just open it up and write, like, plug in my little code. It was like a black grid, and you put your red dot where you needed whatever, and that's how you got into your game. And I was like, wow, I cannot believe that I had all these. So when I played at, was it Free Play? But it wasn't the one in my town. It was the one, I think it was in Arlington. And they had the Mega Man 2 game out. And I remember playing, and like I was like, should I write down these codes? And at that point, it's a different system. It's all saved. But I was like, man, that'd be kind of cool. So I took a picture of it, I think. I took a picture of the code just in case. Definitely an untrusting Gen X here. But, that's how we grew up, man. We did not grow up with save games. And the time that you spent on that game, you did not want to lose it. Oh, man. I remember, so let's see, 10 and 10. I remember playing. So I had a Nintendo in my room. My grandfather had given me this old tube TV. And I mean, not talking about old. It had like a dial on it, right? Give me a second. I'm going to pull this up real quick. It had a dial on it. And that's what, you could change your channels. And I think it was like VHF and UHF. But it barely got anything. It had like bunny ears on it. So TV wasn't exactly the best. It didn't have like a lot in it. But I had my Nintendo hooked up to it. And I remember like playing my games and stuff, and it was one of those where it's like I wanted to make sure that I didn't want to lose games, because some games, if you turned it off, you had to start all over. And so, I would hide the fact that at night I was trying to stay up and play these games. And at one point, my dad had caught me, and he turned off the game. He's like, that's enough. Turned it off, and I was like, oh, man. I remember that sinking feeling in my stomach from the fact that I just lost all my data. I was in Dr. Wiley's territory, and there's like 5 levels to that territory, and unfortunately you don't save at each territory. If you have to start over after your lives, you start over in that territory at the very beginning. You have to go through each one of the levels. It used to drive me crazy, absolutely. That's probably the part I disliked the most about that game, is that you couldn't save on each one. So he came in one night, caught me playing it, turned it off, and I was so upset. I was like, oh my God. So the next time I made sure if I heard him that, he wouldn't turn it off. Well, next time happened, and he realized that it was on and then turned it off. I'm like, oh, come on. So I had to work up to the spot again. It was late one night, and I was like, I don't want him to see it, and I'm guessing he's seeing the light come from under the door. So I threw a blanket over my head, and I would play with the blanket over the TV over my head, so he wasn't the wiser to what I was doing. And that worked actually for quite a while, but I would realize that if he was coming and I could hear him, and I would turn the TV off, I'd get in the bed, he could still see the button, the light on the Nintendo console, and he was still new that it was on, and he would turn it off. I'd lose the game. So I actually went and I got a piece of tape, electrical tape, and I put it over the light. And he never caught on to that one. So I would find ways to battle, because again, like, invention's the mother of necessity, right? So it's like, or I'm sorry, necessity is the invention of mother. That's how, oh my God. Necessity is the mother of invention. That's how it goes. Just ignore some of that. But that's pretty much like, that meant that's like, hey, I need this game not to be turned off every single time. So I just kind of learned how to, like, outthink certain things. And that's, I mean, we did that all the time. My sister and I, we would, it sounds really bad, but we'd go and we would open up our presents. But, my parents would find out, because obviously the package would be cut open, or the tape would be cut open so badly that they knew, we'd get in trouble, and then they'd take it away, and like, oh, come on. So one year, my uncle had given me a model kit, and it had a little razor blade in the model kit, like a little hobby knife. And so I learned how to use it, and my sister and I would go, and we learned how to slice open into the package, take a look at what we're getting. Oh, very nice. And then learn how to put it back without anyone knowing. And we did that for years. And we would find a way to, like, we got really crafty at being able to tape back the package and hiding everything. And these days, honestly, it's interesting because I'm an adult. I could do that without any hitch, without any problems this time. But I actually don't do that anymore. Some of it's, I think, because my wife she's pretty sharp, and she doesn't actually put that stuff under the tree. She hides it. She will package it up all the way to the point to when it's like, when we're all together on Christmas break together, that's when it gets wrapped and put under the tree. Otherwise, she hides it. She doesn't let it sit under the tree. I think I think her and her sister had kind of the same ordeal. So I think it's like one of those where it's like, hey, I know better, and I'm not going to let you boys, it's my kid and I'm not going to let you boys get away with it. So she hides that stuff away. She's sharp. Not only is she pretty, she's sharp. I like her. Can I keep her? I hope so. All right, so we're building another one of those doors again using those 2x6 tiles, modified tiles. I like them. They're modified. And here's the thing I like about these is that they've got the studs that go around, but we're empty on the inside. Oh, it's like studs on the outside, empty on the inside. That's how I feel about some of the media I've consumed lately. Anyways, I will say that the I like this because it adds a really cool texture to it. It almost feels like bolts. There, you can see it? It's like bolts. But these are 4x6 modified tiles. They're modified. Why? Because they are modified. They're not standard. They're not standard tiles. They're not plates. They're not tiles. They're modified. And there we go. So we've got this time. So the first one we had the 3 cabinets that opened up. Last one we got were the drawers. This time we're using the same sort of drawer cabinets, but this time we got doors on it. Boom, boom. Boom and boom. Look at that. Storage in our garage along with that opening door. Womp, 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 womp. Womp, womp. Looking good. Looking good. Yeah. Pretty good. I dig this, man. I dig it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Going back to doing our plates and studs and studs and plates. We got, of course, I already did the stud. It's a I say stud, but it's technically a 1x1 rounded plate. is the technical name for it. But I call it a stud just because it's round like a stud. That's a stud, and this is it's that. It's like a look. It's like a little stud, but this is a 1x1 round plate. If that's not a mouthful, I could imagine the brick naming all of its baby bricks. All right, 1x1 rounded plate. Come here. Come get your dinner. Seems a little crazy. All right, that was crazy. Just ignore that one. Ignore it. Ignore it. It's not good. It's not good. It's a bad joke. Okay. And now we're building up, again, the rails that we had before. 3 and 4. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, no. There's there. Wow. Still. I keep thinking, I'm like, oh, they're gonna jip me on it. It's not gonna be there. That's the end of the story, right? Done with the build, and I turn around and it's there. I'm like, wow. That's incredible. It's incredible. It's been there the whole time. Usually you have a problem where you don't have all the pieces and parts. And surprisingly, this has it. This has it. I'm definitely, I'm gonna have to, I'm obviously gonna review it here on the channel, but I might actually have to do the review on the Amazon site too, because I think this has been one of those builds where I'm like, I'm very impressed by what I'm getting here. Like, I'm not upset at all. I've enjoyed this quite a bit. Okay, so we got this. The Tron soundtrack is playing. I loved the soundtrack from was it Legacy, the one that was made by Daft Punk. Like, I really, really, really liked that soundtrack. And I was actually quite surprised to hear that Trent Reznor, 9 Inch Nails, was wanting to do the soundtrack for Ares. And I saw that I still had Disney Plus, even though half of the stuff on Disney Plus I don't actually watch. It's there for some of the older stuff that I watch, because I like my Star Wars. I don't have access to a DVD player and stuff right now, so it's like I kind of have to not fit to, but I have to kind of like go with what streaming service I can get, because I don't have them. I don't own them digitally anymore, or not anymore. I never owned them digitally. I don't have access to my DVD player. So for me, I kind of need those if I'm going to watch Star Wars. Have I watched Star Wars lately? No, not really. Could I possibly save some money by dropping it? Yeah, totally. I could probably save quite a bit of money dropping a lot of my streaming services. And there's a part of me that thinks that I should, but my family says otherwise. There's stuff that they watch. Like, I haven't really watched a lot on Netflix. Every once in a while there's a gem that'll come on that I like to watch, and I'll watch it with them or do this or that. But for the most part, like, I did not really get into the last season of Stranger Things. I love seasons 1 through 3. I enjoyed those quite a bit. 4 was... I kind of felt like it should have ended in 3. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of my ending. I wanted to know what happened to Hopper, but I wasn't... He could have been that ending tragedy that's like, alright, that's fine by me. I don't need too much conclusion on certain things anymore. But Obvi, they wanted to add more to it, and they did, and it's okay. And this last season, I've tried watching it. My family's watched it. I haven't even finished it. I don't know if they finished it or not, quite honestly. But I tried watching it, and I was like, I'm absolutely bored. Absolutely bored. And the other thing that gets me is there's quite a bit of the science that is not correct. they were talking about a wormhole, which is also a Rosen-Einstein bridge. And the concepts they were talking about it, I was like, wait, what? No, that's not how that works at all. It's like, did you guys do your homework? I don't know. I'm bothered by it. Really bothered by it. Not that I'm a physics major or like, super smart. I'm really not. But there are concepts that I've read up on that just like, no, that's not actually how that works. And so there's a few things that I felt like some of the writing I felt like was just really lazy in my opinion. The whole thing, I really wanted to know more about Creel, but then I was like, wait a second, what happened to the bats? What happened to the Demogorgons? What happened to all the things in the Upside Down? What happened to the Upside Down? There's lots of things that are there that just didn't feel like they were explained, and now they're wanting to do a spin-off. And honestly, after the level of writing we got in the last one, I could do without. I really don't need to see any more. I think it's done. I'm virtually done at this point. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna sit on that one. Seems kind of bad, but yeah, just not a big fan of it. 5. Let's see, 6, 7, and one more should have 8. 8. But you know what? Let me know how you feel about it. You might really like the series. Starting out, I absolutely loved the series. Like, season 1 to me is just downright phenomenal. 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. I should have one more in here. Ooh, am I actually short in one? Let me count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Nope, they're there. I miscounted. That's not unusual for me. Wow. Okay, so it goes like that, and then we get one of these. Okay, I see what we're doing. And then one more on top, and then one more there. So, okay. So 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. Do I need to make 2 of them? So I'm looking here. I guess I make them. Yeah, I make them twice. So we have this, and then we're gonna put one more plate, and then one more 1x2 rounded plate there. Then one more of the rail plates, and one more 1x2 rounded. So we need to make that twice, it looks like. So 1x2, and then this, and then that, right? Then, nope, see, I did it wrong. All right, let's try this again. And the reason why, because I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, it's a pattern, but it's not exactly a pattern. It is not a pattern. Well, let me rephrase it. It is a pattern, but it's not the pattern I'm thinking. So we do have, it's like every other one. And it's going to create like a little grill effect, which is actually pretty tight. I'm going to use this as my example because I believe this one's correct. That'll kind of help me. That'll help guide me along the way. That goes there. Then we got one more, and then one more. One more, right? Then one more. And then that fits to there. This fits on top. That should fit like that, right? Yes. So it does fit that way. How does that go? Does that go? Is that going to go over there? Alright, that's going to actually be pretty cool. All right, so we need 2 of these 1x2s. Which one is that? Oh, Tech Noir. Okay. All right, then we need a 2x2. We've got that. A 1x2 by 2x2 snot plate. A 2x2 brick. And then we had that wedge tool. Now, I love these because they're unique. We don't get them very often. Except in this, we've had them quite a bit. But it's a 2x2 tile with a 1x2 plate that's inverted on its side. Yummy. Yummy. We like cool bricks. Things that break the building nature. It used to be that someone would just take a plate and then they'd put another plate in it. And we kind of call that, like, these, like, that's one of those that we call as an illegal build technique. And it's because it forces one tile to force itself out a certain way. It's not actually good for the brick, I should say. Okay, this should set just like that. Okay, so that's how we're doing it. Nice. Okay. Now we need a 2x10. We need 2 of these 1x2 tiles with grill, and then 2 of these tiles that are just in silver here. We're going to go 1, 2, and then tile with grilled tile. 1, 2, tile, and then tile with grilled tile. So we're adding that kind of texture there, which is pretty cool. And this is supposed to sit right onto here. And we got lots of movement, lots of nice, like, look at all that texture there. Oh, I love that sound. Here, let's see if we can. Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh, yeah. All right, so here we go. We need, oh, I must be getting tired. Okay, so we need a 1x2 tile with grill, another one. Need 1, 2 of these 1x2s. Alright, we got a 1x2 snot plate. Now, this is where, so earlier we had the, if you remember on the tires from the last video, we had the plate that had a little stud on it. That's what fits into these to make them move. Oftentimes they'll get separated, and these right here, let's see if I can bring it up high enough. These right here make really good AC things on, like, greebly plates. So they're fun to build with. They add a nice hint of texture that makes the build kind of fun. Okay. So we're putting that on the bottom. We're putting this on the top. We're putting this down here. We're putting our tile down there. And we'll put that on top. It's like a little AC unit in a way. Actually, this is actually pretty cool. Like, I could build this in grays and blacks and build a new AC unit. I did something similar with some tiles on my medical bay on my Cyber City. Okay. I'm looking here because I'm looking to see how we put this on. I guess this is supposed to go like that. Yeah, that's going to go like that. Now, we do have a sticker. Let's find our sticker sheet. Oh, right over here. I have a sticker that goes on a, and we'll grab our, there we go. We'll grab our thing. Number 4. And number 4 goes here. Now, if this is number 4, it says Night Wave. Okay. I wonder if that's supposed to be like Night City. I mean, it's obvious, like, Cyberpunk 2025 vibes here, but we're going to place that one on there. That's going on this brick. Looky there. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. We'll put our stickers back over there. I have a feeling we got a lot more stickers for this one. Okay, so this is supposed to line up right over here. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm not sure which one I like more, this particular one or the one from the first floor. I do not care much for the second floor's decorations. That one is like, nope. Okay. All right. So now it looks like we're building some more of the Greeley Station stuff. So we got a 1x1 plate with a claw, 2 1x1x2 snot bricks. Looks like 2 1x2 plates, 2 1x2 inverted snots, 2 of these 1x2 plates with brick-sized riser bars, and then 2 1x2 tiles, and then 2 1x3 tiles with claws on it. Yes! Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. We've got, so it looks like we're building snot claw that's going back, and then snot. So this must be attaching to this over here. Am I correct on that? Yes. And then we've got a tile, and then a tile. Okay, we're flipping it over. And then this is kind of an interesting building technique. We're kind of going against certain areas of gravity here. Okay. That's going to fit into there. That's pretty cool. I actually like this idea quite a bit. It's a cool technical part of the build, to be quite honest. Let's go on here. This is going to fit into there. Nice. And then these are going to fit, boom, and boom. Now, yeah, these have stickers on them. So let's grab our sticker sheet and our brick separator, and let's figure out what goes where. Number 3. Number 3 is right up here. We'll start over there. Number 3. Now, if you're wondering, the technique I'm using is I'm using the brick separator for my stickers. And the reason why is because your fingers have a certain oil on them that if it gets on the sticker, it can cause the sticker sheet or the sticker, the adhesive, to not, it gets gummy with your fingerprints, and so it doesn't want to stick, or it'll leave like stuff on there. So if we use the brick separator, we can move it where we need and get it kind of set, so that way when we put them down, they stick better. They look better in the long run. Number 2, this is Summer Paradise. Interesting. It says Summer Paradise, but my Cyber Town I was going to make in the fall. That's what I was kind of putting it at, but it could be Summer Paradise too. I mean, it will be a coastal town, so there you go. I've got all these planned to say all this stuff, and I'm so not at a point where I can put a lot of this stuff up and show it off. I know people are like, hey, show me your Cyber City. I'm like, it's all in my head right now. I can't take my brain out and show you, unfortunately. Okay, so this is going to snap over to here, and then we can push this out, down and out like that. Alright, I might actually pull that out just a little bit. So we got some signs out here. That's pretty legit. I like that look quite a bit. Looks good. And it holds okay. I mean, we could turn it as needed. That'd be cool to do this like on multiple floors for like advertisements. If these were clear, like transparent, that would be really tight. But they're not, and it's okay. Now this time we got green because we're building the underside lights for the floor above. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to keep all these, especially if I'm doing a lighting kit on them. I might be switching some of this out. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and put them in. This goes... Alright, let me turn it the right way. This goes back this direction. And 1, 2. I think that's where that goes. One, two, yeah. I believe that's where that goes, right there. So, it's like a hoverboard. All right, now we are doing the same thing. We've got these two greens. We've got this and another clear spot. We're making 2 of them. This time, let's see if I can not drop the transparent part and lose it on the floor. That would be unfortunate. Absolutely unfortunate. Hey, there goes our tree. Can you believe that? We lost our tree. Yet again. Yet again. Okay, so this one's different in that it looks like our lights are in different places each time. It's kind of strange. I mean, I'm not complaining, but last time we had like one over here. This time there's one over here. Just it's different than what we had before. Like that, this code for this Mega Man game is a lot different than what we had before. Just saying. Just saying. All right. See if I can flip this around just a little bit more so we can take a look at it right here. See how this looks over here with this one. All right. Ah! Look at what I did, man. I gotta get I gotta get less grip on this table. It's like the grip on this table is so good. When I go to move a setup, it just breaks. I'm just grabbing sides. And these trees, man. Yeah, these trees, this will be the first thing I strip off of here. This and that. And that. But, yeah. Alright, I digress. Okay. So this is our 3rd floor. Now, our 3rd floor seems a little less substantial than the others. But there's a part of me that really likes the look of the 3rd floor quite a bit. And that should snap into place there. Look at that. Now we've got, over here we got our EV, our electrical sports car. That's what it is. Our red sports car. This one we'll actually put... Now, keep in mind, the cars don't come with it. That's mine. But we'll put in that brand new 2026 EV supercar. We got the drawers here. We got the drawers on one end. We got the containers over here. The ones that... See if I can pop that open. Pop. And they got these mailbox things. We got the drawers here. We got the opening containers here. So if we want to put helmets in there, stuff like that, we could. Each one of these is going to open up. Nice. Well, open up. I guess, boom. I guess it doesn't work that way. But, boom, boom, boom. Lots of beautiful texture on this side. And then on this side, yeah. So we've got, these are the same. That one is different. We're gonna have to fix that. I mean, I'm still debating. But there's a part of me now I see it and I'm like, oh, that's killing me now. Killing me, Smalls. I might actually turn that around. I wonder how hard that... I'm not going to do it right now, but I think I will eventually get it. This one's different because if you look here, this particular light is in a different spot than the other. Yeah, the lights are in different spots. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I said, after review, we'll look at it, but even like these empty studs on this side, I mean, there's some things I love the look of this garage overall. Like, I get out of my way, trees and one orange hood that keeps breaking off every time I touch you. Um, like, I love the overall look of this is phenomenal. Like, it looks great, but when we get to the decoration parts, that's where we tend to have some of our troubles, and that's where it's like, okay, I think that's the part of the department where it's like, we could use a little bit more oomph on fixing some things, but you know, c'est la vie, right? Such is life. At this point, we're going to be on our last floor, so I'm going to stop that. I'm not going to build anymore. We got, looks like, one more sticker. That one more sticker is actually going to be a city thing. I'm looking, it's got like a little Paradise City emblem. I'm actually looking to see, I want to see what kind of, so we're going back to the mailboxes. So we would be going back to the mailboxes again. And I'm wondering, I guess you could switch these floors up and kind of move them around. So maybe I don't want to number it. Yeah, I think I'll still number it. I don't know. I'm not there yet. The only thing is it will not have a roof. That's going to be a little awkward. It'll be awkward that it won't have a roof. But there's still a lot of like greebly and like really cool build stuff to it. It looks like we're going to be building an engine that looks absolutely phenomenal. And we got some other stuff up there. Some of the decorations look really, really good. Some of them are stellar. I think not having the roof feels a little awkward, but like I said, we're not quite there yet. Now already we'll go up one more floor. That's going to be fairly high, actually. That might actually be bigger than the Sheffield house. Taller, I should say. But yeah. All right. Well, hey, you know what? Let's go through all the normal niceties of what we do every single time. Let's see if you can repeat it before I can get to it. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button. Hit that bell for notifications so you can be alerted to anything I make coming right to your mailbox. Comment down below. Let me know what's your favorite part of this build so far. Like I'm enjoying this particular garage. I think it's really cool. I have the link in the show notes, so if you want to get it, get it through my affiliate link. That helps out the channel. I say comment. Be sure to like this. It lets YouTube know that you're liking what I'm making. Helps it show up on the algorithm. That sort of stuff. Blah blah blah. Normal. Hit up my link tree in my bio. If you want to find this, it's there. I have it available through an affiliate link with Amazon. Those sorts of things, hitting up my Luma Bricks links, just hitting up the links, commenting, liking, sharing, that sort of stuff. It really helps out the channel, and it helps me out, and it helps me continue being able to create, show things, and get these sets to find out if they're worthwhile or not. So hopefully this build and the multitudes of videos that we're making for it is going to help you on deciding if you would want to get this thing or not. Me personally, I think it's really cool. I'm liking this build quite a bit. But I'm also seeing some areas that need to be fixed and changed, and I do plan on doing that as I move down the road. But again, after it's built, we review. Then after review, it gets fixed. Really, I mean, that's pretty much what I gotta say. There's a part of me that thinks I'd like to buy 2 of these and really make it a tall tower, but I digress. I probably don't need that. All right, so I thank you all for showing up. I appreciate it so much. You have no idea. For those who show up and watch this stuff, I appreciate you more than anything. That means the world to me. Okay, so I love you all. Jesus loves you more. There's nothing you can do about it. Good luck with the build, and happy brick hunting.